What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to talk about Uber and Lyft are never going to be the same after this pandemic, and what should drivers do next? But before I get started with all that, I want to give a big shout out and thumbs up to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to all my gig workers, first responders, all the women out there doing their thing to support their family to the best of their ability. I hope you have a great day. I hope your significant others or children make you some kind of nice dinner. I understand you can't go out to eat like normally would be, but order in. That is the new norm. And speaking of the new norm, that's where we're coming to. Eventually, guys, these face masks and everything will be gone. We won't have to deal with any of that. We will be able to go back out and eat and have a good old time and, be with people and everything else, because this quarantine really sucks. But let's face facts, guys. Things are never going to be the same again. As of right now, in the U.S., I think our unemployment is at the highest it's ever been since the Great Depression of in the 20s or whatever. And it's like 15%. It is unemployment craziness out there. And all the gigs that still are working right now, like Uber and Lyft, Instacart, DoorDash, Grubhub, all that stuff has been overloaded. Okay, all the people that weren't doing any kind of rideshare or gig work happened to jump on it because they had to. They could no longer go to their normal jobs because everything got shut down. And everyone just thinks, okay, just because all this is done with and things start opening back up, that things are just going to get right back to normal. Well, I hate to tell you guys, but that's an
negative Ghost Rider.
I strongly do not believe we're going to rebound as quick as a lot of people would hope. I mean, I hope we do, but I'm realistic. I don't think that we will. Now, for example, my wife, she used to have to leave town now and then to, go on business trips. Well, since all this started, they got rid of all that, obviously, and now they're doing like Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So, if they're saving money now by not sending their employees to go to these meetings everywhere else, why would they suddenly want to start wasting money again? If you guys really think about that. Now they have all this already in place to do all these meetings and calls. Why are they suddenly going to want to stop that? I don't think they're going to. I know for a fact, like my wife has permanently worked from home now since all this has happened. And that's going to be just fine. I mean, that's fine with me. I get to see her all day. We don't have to worry about commute or anything else, which brings me to the next thing. The commute. All the morning rush, afternoon rush, which was pretty much the basic best times to go out there and drive, aren't going to be that great anymore, guys. And let's not also forget, you're going to even have more competition than you did beforehand. If you thought you were complaining you weren't making any money before all this happened, well, with gig work being basically the only thing everybody else can just jump on, because even when companies and stuff open back up, they might not have the capital or money still to just hire all the people that they had to, lay off. It's just not going to happen like that. As money doesn't grow on trees, and we can only print so much money. So it's just not going to happen. All the clubs and everything else are not going to bounce back as quickly as everyone is going to anticipate. So that leaves me to, what are drivers going to do next? And well, this is why I always told everybody, please have a backup plan to your backup plan. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify yourself and always look for new opportunities. Because if you are a true independent contractor, then you should be able to survive when something like this happens. Like me, thankfully, I have Robinhood. I still have the YouTube channel. I have the Get Upside Gas app. I have a couple investments, and my wife's still working from home. I have that luxury. So while this has still hurt me, I mean, I'm not making as much as I used to, I'm still able to survive. And no, I'm not claiming any of the unemployment or anything, because I still am making money. I'm leaving all that stuff to all the people that actually really need it. And I don't want the headache of having to deal with it all, but considering I am still making money. So to me, if I'm still making money, there's no need for me to file for unemployment. Yes, I could try to get like the percentage that of money that I'm not making back, but it's just not worth it to me. And a lot of people need it way more than I do. But I always said Uber and Lyft, Instacart, all that stuff should always be a stepping stone for you doing something else. Whether you want to make t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? flags, rugs, knit. I don't care what you do. But I think people definitely should have had backup plans and use these platforms to get you in a position to be able to start whatever you need. Obviously, right now is not a good time to be starting anything. But a lot of people are using, I guess, like what Uber was having for school. Some people are using that to go to school because those programs are still in place. So if you can, I would suggest you try to use that. Everything's from home anyways, so you just be able to sit home and do it on your computer. Otherwise, you're going to have to start thinking, doing something else. Well, you have to go back to a W-2. You know what I'm saying? Minimum wage. Nobody wants to do that, but, you got to do what you got to do. But I do know that when everything is finally opened back up, these major markets are not going to just rebound like really fast. I think the only markets that might is going to be like Orlando, and Vegas, maybe Atlantic City, stuff like that, like the really, really big spots. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be that big. And not to mention, like I said, now you're going to have tons and tons and tons of competition. If you thought it was hard to get rides then, it's going to be even harder. But again, back to the rush and everything, you know how a lot of people love to sit at the airport. Well, guess what? Just as soon as everything opens up, airports aren't going to just be packed. You're not going to be having like long lines and everything. If anything, you're going to have long queues for picking up less people. Because like I said, if most of those people are not traveling anymore, where are you going to get to work? You're not. I mean, that's just plain and simple. But that's why I'm telling people, you're going to have to start thinking ahead for your future. You're going to have to start thinking, hey, maybe this wasn't, this isn't good enough for me. Even if you diversify and do like 7, 8, 9, 10 apps at once, it might not still be enough. And you've already seen how these companies have acted. If you think they got your back, think again. Okay, a lot of people were struggling trying to get this sick pay when they ended up getting sick while they were still, giving rides to all these essential employees, which don't get me wrong, they made that choice. Yes, I know, guys, they didn't have to drive. Nobody told them they had to. But for a lot of full-timers, this is what they had. Okay, this is how they were paying their bills. They didn't have any other backups. They didn't diversify correctly. And they had, pretty much like pulling teeth to get some of that sick pay. And then, thankfully, the president said that gig workers could be part of collecting unemployment, but that money's still got to come from somewhere. People don't care where it comes from as long as they're the ones receiving it. Now, you guys have to think, even with that little bit of money wasn't enough to like save you for a while. All right. So you're going to have to start working again eventually. Unemployment, all the benefits out there are going to run out. There is a time frame for these things, guys. And please remember, you have to pay taxes on this. You have to count it as income as well. But there's going to come a time when all that's going to run out. And then even when everything opens back up, they are not going to just be like, okay, everybody that was, we worked for us before, you are automatically back. It's just not going to happen like that. And I just want people to not think that everything's just going to be all hunky-dory, and they need to start preparing for the future. So whether you have to go back to a W-2 job or get into some other kind of gig work, now is the time to be thinking about it. Now's the time to be planning ahead. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have some kind of savings account. A lot of people work paycheck to paycheck. Even if you're only putting $5 out of every check, eventually all that money adds up. That's why I said, hey, try to dabble into the stocks. I mean, that's going to be the one thing that hopefully will rebound. But and then you got the Get Upside Gas app. You got Acorns. You got a bunch of other little things that can help you make some passive income. But passive income is where everything's at. Okay? And no, I'm not going to tell everybody, go ahead and go start a YouTube channel or something. It is great passive income. I still have to make videos to make money on them. But it's just not that easy. Just like everything else. You ain't going to just jump into rideshare one day and thinking you're going to make thousands and thousands of dollars a week. And it's just not going to happen. You have to learn things. Everything's a curve. Okay? So please, guys, start thinking. Start thinking ahead. Because things are never going to be the same. And, when this is all done, it might not even be Uber and Lyft anymore. It could be Amazon and Google. You just never know. I'm not going to say rideshare is going to be gone because it has now been embedded into society. Rideshare will be here. But what it will be called is anyone's guess. But all right, guys, as always, check the description below for extra information and tips. You keep doing your thing. Get your money the best way you know how. And until next time, guys, diversify or don't. Peace out.